All right, let's do it. All right, guys. So we're gonna be doing a little reaction to some a cop video, right? It's a police video. Is parents discover their son is a wanted killer. Oh, I think I might have seen this one. I don't know. This one sounds familiar. But anyway, we're gonna jump into it. Got these little snacks right here, hot ones. I'm blocking you. You ever seen the hot ones interviews? Yeah, that's why I got these. Looks spicy. But we got that. Get you a drink, and we're gonna jump in. All right. You're with Brandon.
Rachel.
Actually, I haven't seen this.
This is 21-year-old Brandon Reisner standing alongside his two parents. For the last 6 hours, Brandon has been on the run from police after brutally killing his best friend.
Keep going. You jumped the fence. Head back towards Collinwood.
And as Brandon's parents learn their son is an alleged killer, all they can do is pray as they patiently wait for their son's fate.
I don't want to know who it is yet.
Rachel, Jeremy, Chuck, have a seat out here. Would you like to talk?
Sometimes whenever I see videos like this, I want to know who it is towards the end of the video, not the beginning. Because now I'm going to be looking at him as a suspect already.
I mean, we already know he did it.
Because they said it now.
Yeah, shoot. We know he did it. His parents don't know, but we know.
Yeah.
Have it.
Dr. Insanity. Oh, I see what you mean. Like they started the video by showing
on a cold November morning in 2022, a ditched Toyota Prius would be discovered by officers in Rome, Georgia.
There's nothing. That's what I was looking for. There's nothing.
Why this car was ditched in the middle of a creek is something police were yet to figure out.
Y'all don't think he's in there?
No, I didn't know there.
Okay. Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think he made it there.
Nah. I wonder where he's at. Why his car down there?
Crazy thing is, there's nothing. I mean, there was no acceleration. It's almost like it just
Rode off in there or something.
Yeah. Didn't go all the way up in park or something. Yeah, I mean, there's lights on like it's, but it ain't running.
I rode over here to see what was going on. He was down there changing out the trash.
A tow truck would eventually come and lift the vehicle out from the creek, and upon searching the license plate number, they would discover it belonged to 21-year-old Aaron Davis. Luckily, the town of Rome, Georgia is relatively small, and officers were already familiar with the name, so Lieutenant Sailors would give Aaron's father a call a few minutes later.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hold of him and check in with him, see where his car's supposed to be?
So you just found the car abandoned there?
Yeah, it's actually off in a little ditch. We're in the process of getting it out. I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
Aaron's car being ditched is just as much of a mystery to his father as it is for the police. However, he did have some useful details he was able to give the lieutenant following this call. The night prior to this footage, Aaron went to visit his longtime friend, Brandon Reisner. The two had been friends since middle school, and their friendship continued all the way through college. Aaron had just recently graduated from Brigham Young University, so his over 60-mile travel to visit Brandon was meant to celebrate the new start to adulthood. But ever since Aaron had left for Brandon's house, nobody had heard from him, and his phone would go straight to voicemail.
Dang. Bro killed his own friend.
All of these strange mysteries would lead Aaron's father to file a missing persons report, and an investigation to find Aaron would officially begin. First, and most obviously, police would give Brandon Reisner a call, as he was supposedly the last person to have been in contact with Aaron.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Sailor's Rome Police. You doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him?
I have not. I've tried calling him and it's just gone straight to voicemail. And I heard he was at Heritage Park, so that's where I'm at right now. So I'm looking around. Do you guys know where the car was?
Yeah, it was in a ditch over there. When's the last time you saw Aaron?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
Well, we started drinking around like 12 noon. He started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone. I guess I woke up around like 1 or 2 a.m. And that's when I saw that his car was gone.
All right. Well, if y'all hear from him, let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you for the help, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Brandon's story made complete sense, and he even claimed to be
It's crazy how, like, in every one of these, like, people, they lie. And, like, they come up with such good lies, but, like, at the end of the day, you can, once you go through the whole thing, you can see like the break in their stories, like where they messed up at. But like, if I was just a regular cop, I would believe his story. I wouldn't think he had anything to do with it.
Claimed to be actively looking for
He
Aaron
said it
at the
with
time
such
of the phone
confidence.
call, as any good friend would do. It seemed like Brandon was clearly the person they needed to speak to further in order to get to the bottom of Aaron's disappearance. So a few hours later, they showed up, unannounced, at Brandon's house to get more answers about what happened the night before, this time face to face.
Let's see how he is
Hey,
face
what's
to
going on?
face.
I'm Officer Grover with the Rome Police Department. We're following up on all this. Can you walk me through what's going on? Just make sure we're all on the same page.
We started drinking around 12 yesterday.
Yeah, it's you and Aaron, right?
Yeah, me and Aaron.
Okay. Anyone else with you guys?
And went to some bars, and I had bought some red wine.
Yeah.
And came back here, started drinking red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so
Yeah.
he had gone upstairs and was just puking everywhere to the toilet. Was like standing up and puking for some reason.
From wine?
I went
Right.
downstairs and he told me
Alright.
that he doesn't need any help. I went downstairs, dropped a bottle, cut my pinky, and I went to the urgent care this morning, took a shower, went to bed,
Okay.
and then woke up 1 to 2 a.m. and his car was gone.
Despite Brandon's strange demeanor, Aaron's actions last night connect with the ditched car and lack of response for the last 12 hours. If Aaron was a light drinker and got heavily intoxicated, who knows what he could have
Bro, how
done
much
well
wine
completely
did
by
you drink
himself.
to get
So,
fucked
how
up
long
like
have you
that?
and Aaron been friends?
We met when I was in 5th grade,
Okay.
and then we became more like close friends, I'd say, like around freshman year.
We're still trying to find him. I don't know. You know, he may just be staying at a hotel, sleeping off whatever happened last night.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's in danger or anything like that.
Nonchalant
Do you have any problem with us
right
checking this out?
now. He's so
No
calm.
problem at all? No ferocious iguanas or anything? You never know, man. People have all kinds of pets.
The officer would search the house and find some interesting discoveries. Several doors would be locked, specifically the door leading to Aaron's room, where he supposedly threw up several times. This was strange, so Brandon would be called inside to help get them up to Aaron's room.
Do you mind coming
you
in here
got
with
the
me so you can just show me where I'm
frosted
going and all that?
That's how you know he's
This makes it a little bit easier. The bathroom
He's
is
not
up there
right
that
there.
he was up chucking in. I got you.
Follow.
Oh, Lord. Is that what's in the laundry right now, I guess? Okay.
Officers would notice a strong chemical smell coming from the room and find excessive amounts of cleaning supplies. But all of that would mean nothing compared to what they found next.
Where?
There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too. Decent. More than just
Is it on the
vomit.
roof?
All the way over
I
here.
said next to the bed.
Next
Looks
to
like
the
it's
bed.
been there a while, but He could have been throwing up blood, I guess.
Oh, they got on the floor. I was like,
Weird to be
dang.
throwing up blood like that.
Yeah, on the
Not to
ceiling.
mention, if he had alcohol poisoning, he wouldn't have been able to get up and move around this morning. Especially at 2 or 3 in the morning. Just poured powder right there, too.
That's it right now.
The cops are starting to find the whole scenario awfully suspicious. The odd story from Brandon, the puddles of blood in Aaron's room, the hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supply.
He made sure to say, I cut my pinky and I went to urgent care in case they found any blood.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, they be trying to cover their ass, but there's always gonna be something they miss.
Right.
Brandon sensed the officer's suspicion arising as well, as when Aaron's room was being searched, he decided to do this.
Oh, my knees.
Yep, he out of there. He out of there.
That's crazy.
Bro, why would you run right now? What move? He saw Aaron stretch or Brandon stretching away. He an athlete. That boy's an athlete. He's out of there.
Somewhere between LaPorte and East
He was out there stretching. He was about to
In the
run.
backyard. Possible 1043 suspect.
Run that for
Dang, bro. How you kill your own friend?
Give me more units.
Unfortunately, officers lost sight of Brandon. He officially managed to escape the police, at least for now. Desperate for any leads that might aid in finding Brandon, police began going door to door around the neighborhood, questioning witnesses who might have caught a glimpse of where he had fled. During this effort, one officer encountered a neighbor who happened to be on a call with Brandon's father, Jeremy. Quickly, the officer took the phone to speak with him directly.
Hey, sir, I'm Lieutenant Sailor from police.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reisner, the homeowner,
Yes,
and my Brandon's father.
Yeah, we're probably going to need to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home. Now, earlier we had told him maybe drive around the areas where they normally hang out and try to look for him, for Aaron. Okay, well, we'll keep trying to get hold of him. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Even Jeremy was clueless regarding Brandon's whereabouts, and seemingly so was
not-
everyone else, as an entire
Did not
hour would
tell
go
his
by
dad he
with
ran away from the
Brandon
cops?
nowhere to be found.
Well, I think they didn't want to say anything in case their parents would help him.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. Cause if I'm the cop, I'm like, yeah, your son just ran away. So what's the deal, bro? You need to let us know.
I
But
think they
that
can't
makes
say
sense.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I am. This is Mom.
So I realize you might not be able to answer this question.
Probably don't know the answer, but I'll try.
Is there suspicion that Brandon was involved in what, hurting Aaron or something?
There's suspicion of something happened in the home.
Beyond getting drunk and throwing up?
Well, we don't know.
They're lifelong friends. We called back after the boy's mom called us. We called back and said, when did you last see Aaron? He says, I guess he left during the night. And that's all we did. He went to look for him where the car was reported.
Yes.
The powers that be have our number?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
While trying his best to assist the police with the investigation, Jeremy would
That's
return
a
to his
dapper old
house,
man
where
right
he
there.
discovered
My man.
Brandon's phone. Up
man
until
is-
that point, Jeremy had been
That's what I'm
doing
trying to be
everything
when I
he
get
could
old.
to help the police track down his son. However, after finding the phone, his cooperation came to a sudden stop. He refused to hand the phone over, leaving police to wonder, had he seen something on it? Or was he hiding something far more unsettling? But before we get to that,
Wait, they
Jeremy
said-
is not alone in facing a
said
tragedy.
the dad refused to
Unfortunately,
hand his
it can
phone?
happen to any of us. Take
man.
Yvette Torres. She was walking home from work in Philadelphia when a truck struck her without warning. Morgan & Morgan fought for her in court and won her nearly $12 million. If you're serious...
Skinny dog?
Let's fix that.
Yeah.
With PolyMac, our formula is designed to support.
Unless you
Another
win,
one.
verdict worth. So if you ever got for the people, let's get back to Jeremy, who would go on to discover Brandon's phone while searching around the house. This was a huge discovery for the investigation, as it could help trace where Brandon could have gone off to. But unfortunately, Jeremy was unwilling to give up the phone to cops until he could better understand the situation. After all, Brandon is his son, and he is innocent until proven guilty. So giving up the phone could be a tragic mistake. Again, hours go by with no further leads or clues as to where Brandon went. What Jeremy managed to find on Brandon's phone during this period will forever remain a mystery. However, when police spoke to him again, his demeanor would shift dramatically.
What's the status?
All right, so first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You want to turn that over to us?
Maybe.
Okay.
I do. Well, my gut says yes, but at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, we
I don't know.
we'll probably need to go through it and see at least maybe where he's been. There is a significant amount of blood in that upstairs bedroom. Yeah, on
That's
the
his
car.
kid, you know?
But I wanted to be straight up with you. Not go home fine. Okay.
I appreciate that. Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we
What
don't.
you doing? If one of our boys commit a crime, right? And they're gonna go to jail for life if the cops find out, and you have evidence that's gonna prove that they did that crime.
I mean,
Are you giving the evidence to the cops, or are you just gonna hide it? They're gonna go to jail for life if the cops find out.
yeah.
What you doing?
I mean, wrong is wrong. So, I think I would do the right thing.
What's the right thing?
Give them the phone.
And have your son go to jail for the rest of his life?
I mean, if he took somebody else's life,
Okay. Well,
that's
if
bad.
if he committed murder,
Yeah.
it depends on the circumstance. For me, I think it depends on the circumstances. If they take somebody's life, but like that person was plotting on taking their lives or taking somebody else's life, and then to take that person's life, then I'm like,
Yeah, because
okay.
we don't know. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, we
how
don't know
he
what
did
happened.
it.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. We don't know what happened. You know.
But if it
with-
was
between them two.
him just
Just
wanting to do it for no reason, then yeah, I'm giving that phone up.
Right. See, it's his dad. His dad don't know the scenario. He don't know what happened. So like, and also they don't know that Brandon did it at this point. So like, I understand why he's like, nah, I'm not. I don't know if I want to give it to you because he could be incriminating his son without knowing the full story. But yeah.
Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we'd have to get one at some point. So we couldn't go into it without that. So
Some text back and forth.
maybe something else.
Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we'd have to get one at some point. So we couldn't go into it without that. So
Some text back and forth.
maybe something else.
I know.
That's him, But I can't promise you that.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what I was in there. So
I want to. I was
I know, as a father, I understand.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep walking.
Something had changed. Whatever was on that phone
Are they hot?
had to be disturbing.
Not too hot.
And the officer seemed to have caught on to this as well.
Because he doesn't know what's going on. But he seemed a little shocked that we're at his house. He seemed respectful in the sense that he was okay with us being at his house and doing what we needed to do. I can really get a feel for him. He may just be covering for his kid. He's gotta be. Him having the phone not being shattered tells me that his son handed it to him.
So he found the phone, tells us that he found the phone, but doesn't want to give it to us without searching it.
Text messages not there.
Probably. He was telling Randy that there were texts in there about him asking for if anyone had seen Aaron already. I wonder if those texts were sent since we've been here, though.
These officers were spot on with their theory. On the phone, Brandon would leave an array of horrifying notes, such...
Hold on. His scream became a gargle as he swallowed his tongue.
My goodness.
My cure is time. What? My cure is time away from you. I like dark places where my mind melts. It feels so good, and I feel so cold, so cool. My brain's waterfall running out of my nose like drool. Oh my God, that's just music. My eyes are sheared. My eyes are all but mine. I have 1,000,000 in one eye. I can hear you breathing up against my ear, cotton smothered as it dries, as the rainbow starts to clear, and I pull my cover near, soaking all the tears from the healing angels sleeping beside my neck. It's just the night sweats. Her very own personal backside breeze. You can come along or keep picking up poop, losing my existence. What the heck?
Such as his scream became a gargle as he
Yeah,
swallowed
that's
his
what I'm
tongue.
focused on.
I
I'm not
like
focused
dark
on anything else
places where
but
my
that.
mind melts. It feels so good,
Bro.
and I feel so cool. My brain's a waterfall running out of my nose like drool. I can turn myself on in the blink of an eye. They notified me as the smartest man alive. Additionally, he would leave a to-do list following the murder of Aaron. 1. Schedule last 3 songs. This was in reference to his YouTube channel where he would post his music. 2.
Yeah,
Vacuum.
that sounds like some
3.
music lyrics.
Laundry. 4. Shower in my shower. 5. Take
Shower in my
bath.
shower.
Tomorrow. 1. Text Rachel that Aaron threw up horribly. I think there was some blood in it. 2. I woke
Wow.
up and he was gone. Whether or not these exact messages were what alarmed Jeremy is unknown. But something on that phone made it clear to him that Brandon had killed Aaron. And just an hour later, Jeremy would call police, detailing that he was with Brandon and that he was willing to surrender and turn himself in. So 25 minutes later, Brandon and his parents would arrive at the station.
You're with Brandon. Rachel. Jeremy. Thank you.
Dang. Yeah, they know. At this point, they know. Oh, look at. Oh, man. Mom is like,
Yeah.
dang.
Rachel, Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here, I'm gonna take him back there, and we'll talk, man. Would you like to talk in private?
Dang, he know that he about to go to jail
I'll be
forever.
right back out with you, okay?
Like, why would you do that?
Anything in your pockets that I need to know about?
Wallet and keys.
Those real quick. Anything else?
No.
Sorry about that. Go ahead and have a seat.
Now that Brandon was secured, the detective would sit him down to try and get a basic confession or any information that might ease the path to conviction.
Alright, like I was saying, I'm Detective York. I work here at the Rome PD, of course. Detective York, yep, that's me. So before we get started, got some paperwork you gotta fill out.
The detective would start the interview by getting Brandon's basic information and contact addresses.
So I'm gonna read you some stuff before we get started, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning.
I would like a lawyer.
You would like a lawyer, okay? Alright, sit tight for just a minute.
Brandon was smart. He knows nothing he says in the interrogation room will go on to help him in court, so he decides to keep his mouth shut. While this is unfortunate for the detective, Brandon's parents are more than willing to have a discussion with him. So instead, he turns his attention over to them to try and get the information that he's looking for.
Bruh. Can they do that? If you refuse to talk to the cops and you say you want a lawyer, can they then go and talk to like your parents to squeeze more information from them? Like,
I mean, that is their child. If they are willing to talk, then
yeah.
But if
But
they
like
don't
he
wanna
said,
talk,
okay, I guess it's on an individual basis. Like, okay, because it's like
everybody
kind of
has to
backdoor.
be interrogated or interviewed whenever it comes to something like that.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
There's a lot going on right now. The only thing that we can do is go right now.
Get your back and body. I can take you out. Try to show you. I can try to show you.
You can try to show us
The general area, yeah.
Okay.
There's an old cemetery up the hill. You turn left. Trendle, something like Trendle. Okay. We can show you all that.
This statement from Jeremy was crucial information to track down Aaron's
that's what his
body.
body is.
But as valuable as this information
But how
is,
did he know
the detective
that?
recognized the importance of capitalizing on the opportunity to gather as much from Jeremy as possible while he remained cooperative. With this in mind, he shifted his focus to delving deeper into Brandon's personal life before turning to search for the body.
Brandon had brought him home from college because he was having anxiety attacks, he was having suicidal thoughts, he was having visions. Brought him home to make him safe. I get his medications right. Got a call from Brandon this morning at 9 or 10. He was asking about one thing out. Vomiting, so they had drank. He didn't want Dad finding out. He was vomiting upstairs in the carpet. That's all we heard. Then an hour or two goes by. Boy's mom calls us. Or I called Brandon back like immediately after taking murder. He said, do you know where Aaron is? He says, no. We got there around 5. And we were told Aaron had run away. Ran from the police. Aaron's body is luckily there. He's mentally unstable.
Yeah, you definitely mental.
Since he was a kid, diagnosed as a kid. And with that comes OCD, and people say they have OCD all the time, they don't understand. And so they live with that.
This raises the possibility that his actions may have been influenced by mental instability. However, it's important to consider the context. Jeremy's statements could be an attempt to have Brandon plead insanity in court. Therefore, it's essential to approach these claims with a grain of salt, as they may not fully reflect the reality of the situation. Regardless, police now had an approximate location of where Aaron's body should be, so all hands went on deck to search the cemetery Jeremy had described.
How did he know that?
Aaron was
Did he have it in his
buried in the cemetery, behind a secluded area in the back of the property.
Like,
even worse was that his body was wrapped inside the very sheets he slept on in Brandon's house.
Because he didn't have, he just had like the song lyrics and stuff in his phone or whatever. So he must have like told him what he did. He must have told his dad exactly what he did and where he had the body.
Or maybe that's like a spot where they go to
often. Yeah. Could be too.
In Brandon's house, the speculation had come to an end. Brandon Reisner was a cold-blooded murderer. Right after this discovery, Brandon was placed under arrest for the murder of Aaron Davis and transported to the local prison. But the cops found his behavior very unconventional.
Stand right there. Come
What is bro doing?
Go up to the counter. Let them follow their instructions. This is his property. You got ID in here if you want to. For me? No, we're talking to him. You got your ID in there. Yeah.
Officers stated that Brandon remained eerily calm while being transported and seemed completely unfazed by the entire situation. And while Brandon had been successfully captured and the case had seemingly came to a successful conclusion, officers had one tragic duty to complete before the end of the day. Break the news to Aaron's parents that their son had been murdered.
By his best friend.
Here? I don't know a whole lot because I'm not been here doing all the research. Be specific.
Why would he do that? Why did he do that? We need my son. The family needs him. See, that's why.
Aaron was a recent college graduate and a good kid with a bright future ahead of him. His sudden death is nothing short of an evil, horrifying act on Brandon's behalf, and justice had to be served for Aaron's and his family's sake. That justice would come inside the courtroom. On July 18th, 2024, Brandon was left with little to no defense for his crimes, and his plea to claim mental insanity was quickly ruled out.
And I have come to the conclusion that justice requires that Mr. Reisner be sentenced on count 1 to imprisonment for life without parole. And that's what I'm going to do.
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the murder and mutilation of Aaron Davis.
Why?
Yeah, like what? Why did he do it?
What
Talking about OCD. OCD don't make you kill.
For real.
Come on, bro. Like, whoa. Your friend, your childhood friend, you just all of a sudden just take his life. What would drive you to do that? Like, what's the motivation? I'm still like.
And I also, I wanted to know if maybe he had to be put somewhere when he was younger. Like if he had, his dad said he had suicidal thoughts. Before. So I'm wondering if he had other fantasies or like thoughts of hurting people.
Yeah, it's probably something he's been thinking about for a while. But like, to do that to your friend, even doing that to like a stranger, like that's still messed up. It's still fucked up. But bro, I don't know. There's a lot of questions at the end of this, but you gotta watch who you call your friends, right? You got, because you never know what somebody plotting. You never know what they thinking. But yeah.